I'd like to call this meeting of the Shoal City Council to order, show that all council members are present. Tonight, I've asked Councilman Adams to lead us in the invocation, followed by Councilman Hatch to lead us in the pledge. If you all like to stand and join us.
Our Heavenly Father, we are so grateful to come together as a city council and as a community this night. Father, we're grateful for our beautiful area that we get to live in and get to enjoy. And we are so grateful for the moisture thou hast blessed us with. And we pray that thou will bless us with more. Father, we are grateful and ask you to please be with our citizens in our town and our community, that they can be blessed, those who may be struggling. And we are thankful for them. We are very thankful for our city staff and the hard work and the love they have for our community. Father, we pray that thy spirit may be here tonight as we go over city business, that thou will be able to guide us in the things that thou would have us do. We humbly say these things in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Adams, Councilman Hatch, appreciate that. Next item on the agenda is call to the public. Any citizen desire to speak on a matter that's within the jurisdiction of the city council may do so at this time. Comments may be limited to 3 minutes per person and shall be addressed to the city council as a whole. Who owes me $5 out there? It's moving up to 10.
It's Kurt.
Oh, it's Kurt, thank you. We do have one, Doug Roberts. I bet it's about like a car show or
You
something.
think?
It's a guess.
You're really intuitive. But yes, that is exactly what it's about. June 3rd. It's about a little over 4 weeks from now. We will be having our annual Cruise in the Rim car show. And that June 3rd is a Saturday. And then we'll be meeting over at the Frontier Fields. Car show will start at 9 o'clock and run until about 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We anticipate having about 200 cars there. And we've got a special, this year we've got a special section that we're setting aside for rat rods. So it'll have a special emphasis on rat rods in one section there. So there'll be lots of, rat rods are unique animals. They take a lot of ingenuity. People look at them and say, well, they didn't do anything. A lot of those rat rods have a lot more money in them than a lot of the pretty shiny cars, and a lot more ingenuity in putting everything together. So anyway, they'll be part of the group. The night before, we will be running a cavalcade, similar to what we do for Run to the Pines, except this one is all in Sholo. We'll be starting at the LDS Church, corner of Clerk and 260, and we'll run it down to Hatch Toyota. So we'd like to encourage citizens to do as they do for the cavalcade that we have in the fall, which is go out, set your chairs up and your canopies up and have a good time. We will be starting that cavalcade. We'll be leaving the church parking lot at 5:30 on Friday afternoon. We'll be done down to Hatch Toyota probably by 6. Typically in that cavalcade, we have a little over 100 cars, maybe 100, 125. So we hope to have a pretty good turnout this year. The weather looks like it's going to be really nice, and we've gotten good response so far. We have lots going on and lots of activities at the car show. We've got local teenagers, a family that's going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner on Saturday morning. And, you know, it's just going to be a great time. We've got a lot of vendor booths lined up and food booths and all kinds of stuff. All of the proceeds from that car show benefit the local office of the Salvation Army. Stays on the mountain. So everything that we are able to receive in the way of proceeds for that. Last year, we turned over a little over $13,000 to the local Salvation Army organization. We hope to do that again this year.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Okay, next item on the agenda under special events is presentation by the Sholo High School Musical Group. Mrs. Whipple, are we excited about this or what? Now you guys get to dance.
She's been dancing in her seat since we got
She's
here.
still dancing.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. It's a privilege to be with you tonight. My name is Cynthia Whipple. I'm the choral director at Sholo High School and the music director this year for our musical. And we are excited to announce it to the community. We opened last weekend, and then we have 5 more shows this weekend. And we would like to invite all of our citizens in the community of Sholo and all of you, everyone out there, to come and support these students. We have 36 kids in the cast, 10 kids in the crew, and we have 15 students in the pit orchestra, as well as a few other community members who have helped. Our director this year is Carson Celine, our choreographer is Becky Eagle, and our pit director is Marshall Pratt. And it's been a wonderful experience for these kids to be involved in this production. The hours and time that they have spent since January, they've given 4 months of their lives, 3 hours a night, sometimes 4, for the past 4 months, for 5 days a week. And they have put in so much time, and we are so proud of them. And they have the best high school show on the mountain. I'm just going to say it. It is absolutely incredible, and we are super proud of them. So we are inviting the community to come and support these kids. Get out of your homes and come and enjoy them this weekend. Even if you don't know the story of Meet Me in St. Louis, please come and support the kids. It's a simple story. It's an old Judy Garland classic, staged in 1903 and 4, where the World's Fair came to St. Louis, Missouri. And the family is excited to go and watch the fair, and that's all they can talk about. And then the father breaks the bombshell that they're going to move to New York. And being the supportive family that they are, they decide that okay, we'll go with Dad. We'll support him in his new job. And then Dad decides at the last minute, we're not going to go. We're going to stay here till we rot, and we're going to go to the World's Fair. And they are super excited for that. There's a little bit of romance, a little bit of comedy, and a little bit of fun for everyone. So we hope that you will bring all of your family members. It's for children of all ages, from 3 to 103. You will all enjoy it, I promise. Our show dates are Wednesday, May 3rd through Saturday, May 6th. We have a 7 o'clock performance each night at 7 p.m. And then we have a 2 o'clock show on Saturday as well. For those of you that don't like to be out late, there's a matinee at 2 p.m. And just come and support Sholo High School and these amazing kids. It really is a true gem. And tonight, I've got 4 of the cast members with us. We have Paige McKenna, who is playing Esther, Clara Tregaskis, who is playing Agnes, Haley Sellers, who is playing Tootie, and Haley Robinson, who is playing Rose. These are the 4 sisters in the family, and they're going to be performing a piece for you from the show called Under the Bamboo Tree. It's a little bit of a cakewalk from the 1900s, and this is performed at a party. The little ones have been woken up by their big siblings having a party downstairs, and they sneak down the stairs and want to be a part of it. So we're going to let them take it away. So come and join us. This is Under the Bamboo Tree. Go ahead, girls.
We can do the cakewalk if Esther does it with us.
No. Well, I guess. Anything to keep the peace. Now that you've suggested this, you better be good. We'll need 1 verse and 2 choruses.
All right, Esther. You want an introduction?
Yes, the long one.
Now.
Down in the jungle lived a maid, a boy of blood and dusky shade. A marked impression what she made upon the Zulu, romantic Lulu. And every morning, beneath a bamboo tree, awaiting there his love to see, and then to her he'd sing, to her he'd sing. And if you like me like I like you, and we like both the same, I like to say this very day, I like to change your name, 'cause I love of you and love of you. So if you have love of me, one live as
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, and we hope to see everybody there. Have
All
a good
right,
one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Yeah, went on Friday.
All righty, next item on the agenda is recognition of Mercedes Mayward Animal Control Officer of the Year, Chief Provost. Thank you, Ms. Whipple.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. First of all, thank you, and we appreciate you giving us a little time. We have tonight with us here Sergeant Stephanie Gallegos from Maricopa County. She is the Vice President of the Arizona Animal Control Association, and she would like to make a presentation to one of our employees into the council. So I'll turn it over to her.
Thank you.
Mayor, Council, thank you very much for allowing me to have some of your time this evening. The Arizona Animal Control Association is the professional educational association for the state of Arizona for all animal control officers. So we put on a summit once a year where we train officers in different tasks for animal control in order to improve on our profession. So it's our professional development association. Every year we do have a Officer of the Year award that's given to an officer from all over the state of Arizona. And this year, Mercedes had received a total of 7 nominations from her peers. So it was our honor and privilege to award her with Animal Control Officer of the Year for 2023 from Azaka. So, Mercedes, this is for you, and we appreciate everything that you've done for us, and keep striving.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
You want to say anything?
Sure.
Thought I was going to slip away. Thank you guys for taking the time to celebrate this with us. It's a huge honor and a blessing. I have to thank my city, my department, for giving me the opportunity to succeed and do my job as well as I can. And I'd like to thank Azaka for giving me the opportunity to accept this award. It's truly a huge honor and blessing. Thank you.
Congratulations.
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 Get in there.
Plaque I've ever seen.
You want to take a picture with it?
I'm like, how do we need to start giving those away anytime we give an award away. Can we figure out where they make those at? Because that's literally the coolest award I've ever seen, so.
Sounds like there's an opportunity for you to win one.
Yeah, I guess I could, but I'd like to make sure we give those away. That's cool.
Congratulations again, and great job. All righty, next item on the agenda is consent calendar. Will I entertain a motion to consider consideration of non-commercial ground lease with A-Sign LLC and termination of a lease with Big Dog Development, consideration of acceptance of citywide roadway improvements and sidewalk, considerations of approve of declarations of surplus property, consideration of award of a contract for purchase of installation of 2 park ramadas, consideration of acceptance of Buffalo Bills Resort Villas, and consideration of approval to purchase high-density storage system, and consideration of the minutes of the regular meeting on April 2023. Is there anybody want to pull anything off the consent calendar? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion by Councilman Allsop, a second by Councilman Adams. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is under new business, consideration of amending the city tax code to adopt a local transit lodging tax by withdrawing model option number 6, providing for severability and designing an effective date. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Over the years, the City of Show Low Council has discussed the possibility of adopting a transient lodging tax or a bed tax at various retreats and budget meetings. Due to the increasing number of visitors to the City of Show Low and the extra strain that is created on various services, staff recommends to move ahead with the bed tax adoption. Per state statute, a public notice was posted on the city website for 60 days beginning February 28, 2023. Additionally, a notice of intent and public hearing was posted on the city website for 15 days beginning April 14, 2023. The following business types will be subject to the bed tax: hotels, motels, resorts, campgrounds, and vacation rentals. Show Low is currently the only municipality in the White Mountains that does not have the bed tax. Additionally, the majority of the cities and towns throughout the state currently have a bed tax. Some of the benefits of adopting a bed tax: the tax does not impact local residents, only visitors. The 3% bed tax is estimated to generate approximately $500,000 annually, and the funds will be used to enhance recreation and tourism in the city of Show Low. Funds can also be used to support services for residents and visitors in the city. And I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we'll going to open it up to a public hearing before we have any questions. This time, I'll open it up to a public hearing. If anybody wants to talk on this matter. Go ahead. Just state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Shane Shumway, 1501 East Wolford Road in Show Low. Thank you for the time tonight. I work for a local company which builds and operates hotels. My grandfather first started doing business in Show Low with a hotel he built in the 1980s. In the last 40 years, we have built the Holiday Inn Express, the Hampton, and now the Marriott Fairfield and Town Place Suites property. We have picked Show Low in the past due to its positive business environment. By the time an ordinance is drafted, along with an amendment to the city's tax code, it is usually a foregone conclusion that a city council will vote in favor of that ordinance. If your vote is a foregone conclusion, based on prior discussions that have already been had, then my comments likely fall on deaf ears. But because we are not privy to those discussions on an issue that will have a targeted effect on only certain small businesses in our community, we are concerned that the reasons considered are both one-sided and short-sighted. A city might reason that other municipalities have a bed tax, and therefore the city of Show Low should also have a bed tax. Doing what others do has never been a reason to follow the habits of others. Businesses choose to do business in one city over another based on relevant positive differences of that city. In the past, Show Low has not had a bed tax because it is different. It is sought to invite business growth, not tax it after the fact. Implementing a new tax on a specific industry absolutely impacts our view of where to grow and where to invest. A city might reason that the tax is not a burden because it is passed on to guests visiting the area. The Scottsdale resident driving his Tesla up here to get out of the summer heat may not feel the impact, but the widow that frequents our regional hospital for medical treatment will absolutely be concerned with how far her budget can stretch, along with the small business owner who now charges lower rates to account for the increased price to the guest. A city might reason that an additional tax will overcome budget constraints. My understanding is that the city operates with a surplus. Of that, we fully respect and appreciate. And it is great for the city to do this, but therefore, why tax more? A city might reason that this tax will have an effect on the proliferation of short-term rentals on platforms like Airbnb and VRBO. We are concerned with this as well. I live in a neighborhood that really isn't a neighborhood anymore and is filled with short-term rentals that, unlike hotels, don't have to comply with local county inspections, don't have to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and skirt around local zoning ordinances. But the answer to this problem is not to invent new ways to punish those who live by the rules. The answer is to enforce the rules already in place. Commercial is in commercial and residential is in residential. Maybe the city is considering a targeted tax in order to do something with additional funds, such as build a sports complex. Whether or not spending lots of money on something like this is smart, I do not know. What I do know is that within the last 3 years, our industry, which is targeted, has been shut down by government mandates. It has experienced tremendous wage and supply inflation. We have been delayed in opening a high-risk development here in Show Low for reasons solely within the power of local government officials, and we face an uncertain economic future based on current market trends. You'll have to forgive us when continuing to target a specific industry feels personal. If any of this matters to you and your vote is not a foregone conclusion, I would encourage you to vote no and continue to maintain Show Low as a leader in being a different city. We are not interested in doing business in a place that is the same as everywhere else. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else want to talk on this matter? Seeing nobody, I'll close the public hearing and turn it back over to the council for questions or comments. Or motions. Councilman Allsop.
You know, I appreciate your words. It's when I got elected to this council about 12, 13 years ago, we started talking about bed tax. And there's a lot of us on the council at that time were apprehensive about doing anything with bed tax because we were the same situation where we didn't want to raise any taxes on anybody. But then after doing research for 10 or 11 years, this has not been something that this council has just looked at overnight or the last 2 or 3 weeks or last year. We asked a lot of questions. We had a lot of surveys kind of going out, finding out what's going on. One question that I know that I asked, I said, how many people go through Show Low to go to Pinetop Lakeside or someplace else to rent a room compared to stopping in Show Low just because we don't have a bed tax? And we found out there's a lot of people. A lot of people just drive right through Show Low and they just use whatever motel that they want to use. So the money that we're looking at doing, we're helping out. We're trying to put things together to not to do a sports arena. That's not the sole only reason that we're looking at doing that. If you look around, we're doing a lot of parks. We did the playground. We did a splash pad. Those are a lot of little different things that we're trying to do. I was the first one. I was real hesitant about even doing any type of tax because I didn't want to do any tax. I was one of the ones that put my foot in the ground and said, no, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to vote for it. My mind has changed since been watching what's going on and questioning this stuff over the last 10, 12 years. So I appreciate your words. I understand your concerns. I know that we went through a lot of motels in town and talked to them over the last 10 years and find out if what their concerns were. And I believe by what we found out is that things have changed in their thought pattern of what would help, what would hurt them or help them. The good thing is if this council is looking at a bed tax, we're not looking at a food and beverage tax. I really believe that will really come down hard on the citizens, especially the way the environment is right now and the cost of everything and the price of gas and food and everything goes up. I know just going out to eat right now, it costs me about an extra $10 for my wife and I just to go out to eat. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And one thing I can say is this is not a preconceived thing that it's going to happen, that we already made our mind up and that's what's going to happen. I don't think this council has ever done that. This council has never been a rubber stamp council. We've always had concerns and complaints, and we stood next to our complaints and our concerns, and we hashed it out. But then we all come to a consensus. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions or comments? Vice Mayor.
Mr. Shumway, I appreciate your comments very much so, and I understand where you're coming from. Just like Councilman Allsop said, this has been something that we have researched up one side and down the other, and we've had many, many discussions regarding it and the purpose for it. One of the things that the council and the city as a whole has a responsibility for is economic development and making sure that we have a viable economic development base. While it may seem like that this may take away from that, part of it, the reasoning is we want to provide the funds to develop our community and quality of life that brings people here to visit and provides the amenities for our citizens that they can have a better quality of life as well. And to do that, we have to have the funds that will bring those amenities. But without the funds to do that and to not impact our citizens negatively, directly, that's one of the reasons that we've kind of moved forward with bringing it for discussion. Like Councilman Allsop said, it isn't a preconceived decision, but it is something that we've decided that we need to bring forward and have a discussion and make a decision now.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Any other questions? Councilman Hatch.
I just have a remark. Mr. Shumway, you know well my history here in Show Low. I've worked in the hospitality business with you, and I've enjoyed that well. I've seen the growth in the community that we want to sustain. And although it's a tax that we know rankles people's desire, but people come up here with the expectations they're going to stay in nice community habitation. And you've got that corner right here in Show Low. I don't know of anybody driving on through to Pine Top, Lakeside to go to a more attractive business than what you've put in the community. I'm very proud of it. I recognize the work and the effort that you and your family have put into developing that. I'm wearing two different size shoes tonight. I have a heartfelt need to support your position in that, but I also have a need to carry on with making decisions based on what the community would benefit more from. So that's where I'm coming down at that. But I do appreciate everything that you put in the community, you and your family, and you have done a beautiful job, a remarkable job of making that meadow stopping point. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Hatch. Any other comments? Questions, motions? We got a motion? Mayor?
Mayor, I'll go ahead and make a motion. I'll move to adopt resolution number R 2023-10, declaring a public record and certain documents filed by the city clerk entitled the 2023 Transit Lodging Tax Amendment to the Tax Code of the City of Show Low.
Got a motion by Councilman Allsop. I need a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Councilman Hatch. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. And thank you for your comments. We appreciate it. Okay, next item on the agenda is consideration.
You got to do the ordinance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. Hall, read the ordinance. There you are over there. Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. City of Show Low ordinance number 2023-02, an ordinance of the City of Show Low, Arizona, amending the city tax code to adopt a local transient lodging tax by withdrawing model option number 6, providing for severability and designating an effective date.
Thank you. We need a motion on that too, is right as well. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for the ordinance as read.
So moved.
Councilman Allsop, you need to read the motion, please.
Yeah, I got to find it again.
I got out of it.
Is it the same motion I just made?
Very possible.
Was right here? Okay, I move to adopt ordinance number 2023-02.
Got a motion, I need a second. Got a second. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Motion by Councilman Allsop and second by Councilman Adams, or Councilman Hatch, right? Yes, I believe so. All righty, next item on the agenda is consideration of application submitted by James E. Girardi on behalf of White Mountain-based submarine veterans for a special event liquor license for 2022 Cruising the Rim Car Show on June 3rd, 2023 at Frontier Field. Mrs. Hall.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. James E. Gerard, representing the White Mountain-based submarine veterans, submitted an application for a special event liquor license for the 2023 Cruise in the Rim Car Show at Frontier Field, scheduled for June 3rd. The license will allow the veterans to sell alcohol during the event. There is an existing 6-foot chain link fence surrounding Frontier Fields where the alcohol will be sold and consumed. 2 exit gates will be open for participants to enter and leave the area, which will be manned by White Mountain submarine veterans personnel to ensure no alcohol is brought in or leaves the premises. Additional veterans will patrol and monitor the entire area to ensure there is no underage consumption. The Shola Police Department performed a background check on the applicant and found nothing that would preclude approval of this special event liquor license. The application and action taken by the council will be forwarded to the Department of Liquor Licenses and Control, and unlike regular liquor licenses, the council's decision is final for such an application. And the applicant is here if there are any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Appreciate that. Any questions or comments? Or motions? I have it.
I move to approve the application submitted by James E. Gerard for a special event liquor license for the 2023 Cruising the Rim Car Show on June 3rd, 2023 at Frontier Field, Shola, Arizona.
Got a motion. I got a second by Councilman Allsop. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Next item on the agenda is consideration of award of a construction contract for 2023 slurry seal project, City of Shola project number R5223, and authorization of associate budget transfers. So it went up.
A little bit. Good evening, Mayor and Council. A 2023 capital improvement plan budget includes funding for the 2023 annual slurry seal project. The city's current pavement preservation plan includes a minimum maintenance of crack filling, patching, and resurfacing every city street and parking lot with a slurry seal every 6 years. City crews are currently crack filling and patching repairs for the areas identified for the slurry this year. Rehabilitation includes furnishing all labor, equipment, materials, traffic control required to place approximately 269,000 square yards of Type 2 polymer modified asphalt slurry seal on selected city streets, as well as replacing the pavement markings for the roadways after the slurry seal placement. The engineer's construction cost estimate for the work was $479,000. The invitation to bid was published as required, and sealed bids were opened publicly with the following results. BSS International at $547,325.00. Southwest Slurry Seal LLC at $639,123.00. And Sunland Asphalt Construction LLC at $939,000 even. Staff recommends awarding the 2023 slurry seal project, City of Shola project number R5223 to BSS International in that amount not to exceed that $547,325.00. The bid tabulation for the work is attached. The slurry seal map is attached as well, multiple maps. Also the overview, and we are doing green this year for the overview map, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments? Vice Mayor.
Have we used VSS before?
I have not worked with VSS before. They've done some seminars in the area about the slurry seal applications, things like that, but actually having them under contract for the work, I have not worked before. They're a large international company that goes slurry seal all over the nation.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just want to say that how proud I am that we do this every year. You know, for us to do a slurry seal and rehab our streets every 6 years is incredibly progressive and great for our citizens. If any of you have traveled down White Mountain Boulevard up down to Pine Top Lakeside or up the rim towards Payson, and if you haven't got lost in a pothole, you're very lucky. And I've been traveling around the mountain lately to different communities, and it makes me very proud that we are able to provide this for our citizens.
Thank you. Councilman also.
Yeah, I would like to diddle that a little bit. I just went up to Pine Top today and holy smokes. You know, the big green line that we have, that's Penrod. So I'm hoping people don't understand that that's not White Mountain Boulevard. But I've been noticing there's a lot more traffic going down Penrod instead of White Mountain Boulevard because of that highway thing. So hopefully ADOT will get a little bit of slurry seal going and maybe a whole bunch of patching here before too long. So totally agree with the Vice Mayor.
I move to award the construction contract for the 2023 slurry seal project, City of Shola project R5223 to BSS International in an amount not to exceed $547,325.
I'll second that.
Motion by Vice Mayor Chavez, second by Councilman Adams. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed, same sign, motion passed. And I can't tell you that I'll ditto all those comments because I go up Penrod when I go to Pine Top too. But, you know, there's a lot, we blame ADOT, and I have this conversation with my wife quite a bit, but we blame ADOT a lot for our roads. We literally do daily. We're mad at them, but you got to put the blame on some of our politicians that take some of their budget away each year. You know, if you remember 3 or 4, maybe 5 years ago, I think they took the HERF fund away. And so we can't really always blame ADOT. Those poor guys, and I feel so sorry for some of them. They're up there patching Pine Top, and I'm sure they get cussed at daily out there doing it. But to be honest with you, it's probably not their fault. They don't have the money. They keep getting it taken away. So hopefully this year, I know there's a 5-year plan that we're going to do with ADOT here soon that I think all of us were invited to. I don't remember when that was, but it's a great time to voice your opinion on their next 5-year plan. And like I said, it's really not their fault. Sometimes they get their budget taken from them. And let's just hope that the new hires up with our new governor stops doing that. We all pay for good roads. We just don't get to keep it. So hope that happens. But thank you, Shane, for everything. Appreciate it. All righty, next item on the agenda is summary of current events. Council members, Councilman Adams.
I'd just like to wish good luck to the track kids going and running for regionals this week. And we got quite a few going, and we got some that's broke some school records, some that are about to break some school records, and I want to wish them luck. And
Awesome.
and they have hopefully won't be too hot.
Where are they going?
I think it's at Red Mountain High School.
Oh, appreciate that. Good luck. Vice Mayor.
I just want to express my gratitude for the school district and the high school for bringing their talent into our meeting tonight. I invite everybody to attend the production that they're doing this week and congratulate them for everything that they're doing. I know it was earlier on the agenda, but I would also like to reiterate that the intent of the bed tax is not to damage or to punish any one business area, but actually to benefit those motels and hotels as much as any other business in the community, to bring citizens or visitors to the area that's going to benefit their businesses. And I hope that they can understand that our intent is not untoward.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Other Councilman also.
Just a farmers market and art walk. It doesn't start this Saturday. It's next Saturday, May 13th, from 9 to 1. And it's going to be exact same place where it's always been, and every spot is filled. So there's going to be a lot of people there. So we're looking forward to that starting next Saturday, not this Saturday. the other thing is I attended the dedication of the Navajo County Peace Officer Memorial. And again, I want to thank John and Betty Jarrett for having a thought of putting something together like this and having a big concept, and then asking a bunch of other people to come in together with them. So the artist, John Kettle, for drawing everything up, and the construction plans from Kevin Beebe, Ron Gates from Snow Creek Construction, Carl Miller from Miller Masonry doing a lot of work there, and all the speakers that was last Saturday. We just appreciate everything that happened, and a great attendance. And it's a great dedication for the police officers that we've lost up here. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Allsop. Real quick, just to let everybody know that this weekend is the annual barbecue throwdown at Frontier Field. It starts Friday afternoon. It's also the 70th anniversary of the city of Show Low. Friday night from 5 to 7 is free burger burn. So the first 400 people that show up get a free burger. And this contest has kind of changed up over the years. And this year we're doing a lot of things different. Friday night, we're having a monster burger contest, which is something different than we have done in the past, and also a grilled cheese sandwich contest. So it's going to be exciting, but it's a lot different for us barbecue guys that are used to the 4 meat contest. And then Saturday, it starts at 11 o'clock with live music. Goes from 11 to 4. There's a kids zone. The splash pad, I think, got turned on today. So it's going to be up and running this weekend. But there's all kinds of things going that night too. There's a double steak contest, a dessert contest. This is all kind of for us, but you get to see what we're cooking. Then we threw in a hot dog contest. So it's kind of different from the things we've done in the past. But I think this morning, I believe we had 32 teams. 32 teams competing in this contest. Last year at our 4 meat contest, I think we were about 23, 24, maybe a few more. So it's pretty exciting to see these cooks, and they're coming from California. Believe it or not, it's a $10,000 prize fund. So they're coming from California, Utah, New Mexico. There's a couple coming from Texas. I know a friend of mine has some of his buddies from back east flying into Phoenix, and they're going to meet him at the airport and coming up here. So there's going to be people from all over the Western United States. It's pretty exciting. So bring your lawn chairs. It looks like another beautiful weekend in Show Low. So come on out this weekend. One more plug that last Saturday we did the day of service, and we cleaned some of the streets in Show Low. And I just want to challenge some of the people, myself as well, that have an adopted street in the city of Show Low. It's kind of something that we're walking down there cleaning these streets, and the people that adopt them aren't there. So I thought to myself, how come we're cleaning their street? So I got to plug Jerem Lewis, because I cleaned his street. So I took a picture of the sign and I sent it to him. I said, now you have to go clean mine. So kind of made a joke out of it. But we do. We have people that adopt the streets all over the city of Show Low, and I think it's awesome. But what a great opportunity to pick that weekend. I believe it's the last Saturday of April every year, to pick that weekend and have our community help clean your streets, if it's that street. So it was a pretty good turnout this last weekend. The weather was amazing. Again, probably had wind, I'm sure. But anyway, I just challenge you people that have some of these streets adopted to pencil out the last Saturday of April, and let's all go clean up the city of Show Low. But it was a great turnout. But thank all that came out. Appreciate it. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, we would like to thank everyone that showed up and helped clean. We did pick up a lot of trash, and I think the community looks a lot better. I'd remind everybody that the city's 25th annual Project Clean Sweep kicks off in 2 weeks. Show Low residents can dump green waste for free for 2 weeks at Dirty Deeds Green Waste at 890 Cinder Pit Road, from Monday, May 15th to Saturday, May 20th, and again from Monday, May 22nd to Saturday, May 27th, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Other services through Project Clean Sweep will take place beginning in June. A flyer with more information is posted on the city's website and social media. Good time to get out and clean up your yards. And there's some opportunities to take the waste to different places for free. In public works projects, the city's contractor completed work on the East Owens and Mills Waterline project, waiting for final water meter to be set. The contractor will install those. The 5th and 6th place sewer replacement project. Construction resumed yesterday, and the contractor should complete that work in about 6 to 8 weeks. Then the West McNeil asphalt repair is scheduled to be repaved on May 15th. And the East Owens Extension project is scheduled to begin on May 22nd. We thank our citizens for their patience as we make important improvements to our infrastructure. That's all I got.
The excess of trash pickup, is that this week during your trash day? Or I see a lot of people putting trash out, so I didn't know if it's this week or
Next week?
it's next week?
Yeah.
Okay, people just starting early. All right, so next week on your trash day is your excess trash pickup. Awesome. Anybody need seconds? Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate that. And I'll take that $5 before you leave for whatever you need. Seeing no more business before this council, I'll adjourn this meeting. Thank you, guys.